Welcome to another video. We're on an 8-win streak with Mermails. We're just gonna see how many more wins we can get today. So let's get going. We're playing live against a very dramatic duel where our opponent, if they lose, they D-rank, and if we win, we go up a rank. Good way to start out. We got a pretty solid hand here. We got Ash, we got Toad. Now the real question, well, we can't really use our Swap Frog, sadly. I think we just gotta go straight Diva. The problem is, if we do that, we won't have much in the way of extension. So I think we just gotta hope our Diva resolves. Let's get going. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Ash Blossom, that's not good. Now, if we gone for Swap Frog, we wouldn't have been able to Diva. Although, I guess we would have been able to... Yeah. We would have been in trouble either way. Alright, well, we just gotta hope that we live this turn. Not a great way to start out. We're on an 8-win streak in a very dramatic duel. We do have an Ash Blossom to protect. Next turn, we can see what we do here. Opponent gonna try to draw 2 cards, banish a dark monster from their hand. Now, real question, this only nets them 1. I think we gotta let this resolve. We're gonna try and save our Ash for combo extender, like if they do Hulk of Firebrax or something along those lines. Save the Ash for that. Opponent is playing Thunder Dragons. Is this a once per turn? You can only use effect once per turn. Alright, I think we're gonna Ash this. Opponent of the Ultimate Chad also has Called by the Grave. Oh no, opponent's hand was stacked. Alright, well, this is actually okay if we live this turn. Because opponent has banished our Ash Blossom, we actually will be able to summon the Nemesis Corridor, which will let us get Thunder Dragon on our turn. Opponent isn't the only one who can play Thunder Dragons. But it's possible we die here. Gold Sark, pretty good card for them. Basically, activate any Thunder Dragon effect. Now we'll see, I don't know how good Thunder Dragons are at OTKing, but I think they've got every card they want. So we'll just have to see. Thunder Dragon Fusion. And he's got the Dragon Matrix. This is looking good for him. Opponent making the Colossus. Gonna stop us from adding cards to our hand. The Colossus also has double protection because he can banish Thunder cards from his graveyard. Gonna summon another Thunder Dragon. Thunder Dragon Titan. This will let him pop, and it's pretty immune to destruction. Also, we can't add cards to hand because of Colossus. We're not dead though. We get one other turn. We'll see if we can get through this. Draw a Swap Frog. Now, yeah, we can actually Hulk of Firebrax combo using Swap Frog and Jet Synchron. Alright, well, we might as well start with this. See if the opponent has some sort of response here. If they have a Thunder Dragon effect that activates in the hand, we might be able to turn it off by making our own Thunder Dragon Colossus. Because if it's a card effect that would search, let's special summon our own Colossus here. Now, it's only 600, so yeah, we can go and attack. Opponent doesn't seem to have any response to that. Alright, let's try special summoning Swap Frog. Discarding our other Swap Frog. That would have been nice to have in our first hand. We could have made a totally awesome first. We just needed one additional water monster. Alright, we gotta go for it. We are out of cards in hand, which means we will not be able to get a tuner out of our graveyard. That could be a problem. Luckily we have a backup machine tuner. We got Mecha Phantom Beast, and we got Gen X Controller. Gen X Controller will be our backup tuner here. I think opponent has the ability to pop our stuff though. Opponent clearly has a quick effect. Alright. Now we can make an 8. And now we can make a Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign. And then if a card gets banished, we can banish cards on the field and graveyard. Oh wait, why can't we? Oh no, we've added wrong. Cannot be used as a synchro material. Desfrog, no! Why have you betrayed us this way? Alright, Desfrog cannot be used as a synchro material. This is fine. This is fine. This is what we wanted. This is definitely what we wanted. Alright, well, what can we do then? We could make a Borreload and then negate his Thunder Dragon effects. Alright, I guess we'll do that instead. Goddamn you, Desfrog. Yeah, alright. No, Nibiru! Opponent, how could you? Wait, he's tributing all monsters on the field. Is this really what you want to do, opponent? You're gonna have a thick Nibiru token. We also have one more extender, but I don't think it makes sense to do. We could activate our Ronin Toad from the graveyard. Look how big this Nibiru is. Alright, well, we just gotta pass the turn. I hope opponent can't do anything. Why opponent? Like, I don't think you needed to Nibiru there. Alright. Well, if we get an attack through with our Nibiru, our opponent is in trouble. What is this doing? Banish this card, add a Thunder monster from your deck to hand. Oh, that's pretty good for them. Any Thunder monster. Special summon one of your Thunder Dragons that's banished. So, what's banished? Or in your graveyard. Alright, well, we'll just have to see. I don't know what opponent can do here. This duel is ridiculous. Our mega chunky Nibiru token. Opponent got the Lupine. Does he have... that's sad. Yeah, Verche into DP probably. He's gonna pop our Primal Being. I would be very surprised if he wasn't playing DP in a deck like this. Oh. Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare gonna spin our Primal Being. But we're not actually dead if this is all he has. Oh my god, we're gonna get another turn. Oh my god, this duel. So we have one extension in the graveyard because we have Ronin Toad. Dragoons. What can we do with Dragoons? We can make a Marincess Coral an enemy. What do we have in our graveyard? We can make a Coral an enemy and probably a Toad. Maybe a Toad. Alright, well, we'll just have to see. No, this doesn't make sense because yeah, there's no reason to do that. Alright, Ronin Toad from graveyard. Banish our last Swap Frog. Summon the Dragoons. Special summon from the graveyard. Coral Anemone, what are we going to reanimate? We gotta think about this before we do it, because we need to make sure we're gonna get him here. We have to reanimate a monster with less attack. We could go into Abysslacia with a special summon from the deck, but I don't know how good that is. Because like if we get a water monster from our graveyard but we can't do anything with it, then that's no good. We could get Hulky. Hulky can tag out. Hulky can tag out into a Denglong. But we're still losing life points. I guess that's the best thing to do. Is Hulky tag out into Denglong good? I think we need to Abysslacia. Abysslacia is the only thing that lets us set up for another turn. 4, 5, 6. It'll leave us at 100 life points. Assuming our opponent doesn't have any other actions. If we do Marincess Coral, we get 2 bodies. But we banish our Hulky Fibrax. But we potentially get another negate. But then we're out of actions. Alright, I think we just go for the Abysslacia. This was a hard call. We could have done it either way. We could have gone into Hulky, but now our opponent attacks us. We're at 100 life points. Assume he has nothing else, like he doesn't draw anything relevant, then we might be able to get this. And Abysslacia, when she's destroyed, will special summon a water from graveyard, so we do technically have one other means of disruption. We got to get super lucky here. If opponent gets 1 additional point of damage, we're in big trouble. Opponent is thinking. I didn't know this win streak would be such a dramatic first duel. You can never plan it with Yu-Gi-Oh! If only opponent was playing DP, they probably could have got us. What are you doing, opponent? Oh my god, opponent conceded! Oh my god! Alright, win streak continues. You see, the power of Mermails. Let's go on to the next game. If you like that game, let me know down in the comments. I'm going to keep playing till I lose maybe, or I get tired, because that was very stressful. And then at the end of the video, I'll show you the deck list. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. We'll have more videos like this in the future. Alright, let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. We're going first again. Let's hope that this duel is not as dramatic as our previous duel. Alright, let's go. We got the Prince. We got the Heavy Infantry. We got an Imperm. I say we go Prince here. Luckily, we actually have Moon Glacier in hand, which means we can make him discard 2 cards. If opponent tries to Imperm our Prince, you know what? That's okay, opponent. You go for it. You Imperm Prince. Always love it when our opponents Imperm our Prince. I do not love it when our opponents Ash Blossom that. Alright, good. Opponent did not Ash Blossom. Let's get the Deep Sea Minstrel. Take a look at our opponent's hand. Opponent might have a Maxi. We'll just have to find out. Maxi would be annoying. I haven't seen Maxi in a while because... Oh, there we go. Oh, well, we found out what it was. It's a Wandering Griffin Rider. Opponent also has Token Collector. I think we got to take the Token Collector here, because we're going to do a Rodon combo, and Token Collector will stop that. Griffin Rider special summoning itself is not a huge problem. So now we know what opponent's effect is. Here I was worried about Maxi. Alright, let's get a Lapis Dragon here. We're going to make him discard. Hopefully we make him discard that Lava Golem. Really don't want him to Lava Golem our board. Would actually be nice for us if our opponent summoned the Griffin Rider. Let's go Hulk Fibrax. Just make sure we got our correct number of waters in the graveyard. Get that Jet Synchron. Now it's Moon Glacier time. Let's make him discard. Hopefully get that Lava Golem. Nice. That's called skill. We call that skill. Alright. Link away that Hulk Fibrax into the Aurodon. If opponent knows what's coming, we took away their Token Collector. They may concede here. Alright, let's activate in the graveyard. Get that Jet Synchron out of here. Get rid of Dragoons. We don't need him anymore. Dragoons has done his job. Let's special summon from the deck. Get the Mecha Phantom Beast. You've seen this before. Special summon. Where is it? Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitch in defense mode. Gonna increase the level by 1. Go to level 4. To level 5. Special summon the Denglong. Pass to the opponent. We know opponent's hand got Token Collector and 2 Dragon Maids. Opponent's gonna have to top deck some sort of godly card to get out of this situation. Opponent normal summoning. Let's negate with the Imperm. Keep all our Omni negates online. Not gonna let our opponent mill. No laundry for you. Opponent can't add cards to the hand because of the effect of the Thunder Dragon Colossus. And opponent is done. Alright, win streak continues. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, we are at a 10 win streak. Let's keep it going. We're gonna keep going until we lose. You know what, let's do one more duel. If we win this duel, I'm gonna take a break. I need to recharge. You don't want to duel too much, you know, it takes a lot of energy out of you. Alright, let's go. On to the next game. Alright, we're going first again. First 3 times in a row. Not gonna complain. Now all you people who complain, oh, I never show games you lose. Well, that's because I never lose. Let's go. Ooh, this is awkward. Why do we have Pot of Duality? Alright, well, this is clearly a mistake. This should be Pot of Avarice, because this card stops us from special summoning. So this is not a good card for our deck. Alright, well, I think what we do here is Swap Frog. We don't have a way to summon the Lapis Dragon. We could Prince, actually. Prince? Alright, we're gonna just Wombo Combo freestyle here. Let's activate the Prince. Send Dragoons. Opponent has an Ash Blossom. Gonna stop us from adding Dragoons to hand. That is okay. That's not the end of the world here. Would have liked to have that add to hand, but we can live without it. Alright. Let's add... Now we have 2 choices here. We could go Abyss Megalo. Gets us more bodies on board. Gets us another search to hand. Potentially lets us Swap Frog. Or we could go Deep Sea Minstrel, take a peek at our opponent's hand. But I don't think that's what we're wanting to do here. I think we're wanting the Megalo. Now, I think we actually need to make sure we have the correct number of water monsters here. We're gonna go get an extra. That'll put 2 more water monsters in the graveyard. Then we could, yeah, okay. Just playing our hand out here. We're gonna make our opponent discard. Alright, and we get to search here. We'll get the Moon Glacia. And now we can special summon Abyss Glacia. Or we could special summon a Coral. Coral lets us get that later. I think we go Abyss Glacia here. Make our opponent discard 2. Yeah. Alright. Let's do it. Make our opponent discard 2. Opponent playing Sword Soul. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. Alright, let's set this back row. Supposed to be a pot. That would have actually been sweet here because we could have... Supposed to be pot at... Okay, so pot of Avarice, not Duality. We would have been able to shuffle these into the deck, draw 2 cards. Probably would have been able to summon Swap Frog, do Swap Frog combo. But we accidentally the wrong pot. Don't make this mistake. This could kill our win streak. Don't accidentally the wrong pot. Alright, opponent Sword Soul Emergencing. We cannot stop this. Opponent probably has full Sword Soul combo, which means Sword Soul Moyi into Monster Negate. And we don't have a way to interact. We can search for a card with Abysslacia, but that's not necessarily going to help us here. Our best hope is that our opponent pops our Abysslacia by combat, because then we'll get a search. Our also hope is that our opponent is afraid of our Pot of Duality. We could bait our opponent into being afraid of this, because they might think it's a good card that we can actually use in our deck. Opponent trying to think what card they want to make, even though we know that it's going to be... Oh, I guess they can make Baxia. Oh, opponent going to Ashuna. That means they're locked into Worms. They're going to special summon from the deck an Adhara. Alright. Opponent activating the Vishuda, so they're going to bounce a card. Are they going to bounce our Abysslacia? Ooh, they're bouncing our Mulanglacia. Alright. You go for it, opponent. We don't get a battle phase on our next turn. A little awkward. Opponent going to make the Chiao. Now, our opponent's locked into Worms, which means we know what they're going to make next. So what I'm going to do here is activate Abysslacia. Our opponent might be baited. Oh, that was a mistake. We aren't going to be able to summon this Mulanglacia, so I did this on purpose. Opponent... Oh, opponent has Ash Blossom. Okay. That's good. We got that Ash Blossom out of the way. Opponent can't activate the negate effect and the negate effect and the draw effect in the same turn. And now opponent doesn't have another card in hand, which means he actually can't special summon. What did he add? Oh, he drew a card. Okay, no, he adds. Okay, yeah, just kidding. This has to be a Sword Soul card for him to discard with the Longyang, since his last card in hand was an Ash. Opponent, Blink 1ing into Monk of the Tenyi. Activating the Monk, or the Adhara effect, to add Vishuda back to hand, but if Vishuda's once per turn, but that lets him, very smart opponent, that lets him use the Longyang. Now he has something to discard. What are we going to special summon from graveyard here? You go Lapis Dragon. Go Lapis Dragon or Prince, actually. Prince would make sense. Prince would be a good choice. Okay, opponent going straight to battle. We might be dead. Oh no, because we can get a blocker. Activate the effect. Interesting decision point here. Now, what I was going to do was send Dragoons to the graveyard so we get an extra search to hand. But I could instead send a heavy infantry, and that would let me pop something. Like I could pop his monster negate. 32. It's not, he doesn't have lethal. But we won't have a way to, yeah, we'll be at the mercy of our opponent's Sword Soul, Supreme Sovereign. I think we gotta go for the extra card. And what are we summoning from the graveyard here? We summon the Lapis Dragon, then he's forced to attack it with the, yeah. Okay. Go for the Lapis Dragon here. And we get a search. Probably search for the Prince here. He is going to get to banish our monsters on the field, which is not ideal. But if we go for Deep Sea Diva, we'll be in a bad spot, so. Gotta go for the prince. Oh, Pot of Duality. If only you were the correct pot, we would be in a much better situation. Water monster. Nice. Alright. So, we can go swap frog. Or we can go prince, activate prince. He's gonna negate the prince, so let's go for the prince here. Opponent might just pop it right away. Not gonna pop it. Alright. Opponent reading. Gonna negate the effect of the prince. We expected this. Well, let's pop that Grandmaster. Opponent gonna banish a card from our field and from the graveyard. Probably gonna banish our back row, although they might banish the prince, we'll see. They might have been scared of this Pot of Duality. If Pot of Duality gets a card up, gets us like saves us a card, they'll be pretty happy. Opponent trying to decide what to banish. Does banish the prince and the Abyss Lacia. Alright. We can swap frog here. But we're still in trouble. We don't have a way to get rid of this Supreme Sovereign. We could make it totally awesome and attack. That does get us an extra card to hand. And gives us potentially a negate. And lets us special summon a Toad. So this is probably the best thing to do. If we go Marincess Coral, we could special summon Swap Frog from the graveyard. And get a totally awesome in addition to Marincess Coral. Is that better? It would give us one less frog on the field. Marincess Coral, special summon Swap Frog, get the other frog to graveyard, special summon Ronin. It gives us an extra negate, an extra body, an extra negate. Let's go for it. Special summon the Swap Frog from the graveyard. Just kidding, we skipped our battle phase. Always forget about the battle phase being skipped. Don't forget about your skipped battle phase. Alright. Well, Sword Soul has everything a Sword Soul player could want, including Ecclesia. Opponent doesn't have a Sword Soul monster in hand though, so I guess he could Ecclesia into the other Sword Soul, the one that banishes from graveyard. That would be better here. Oh, he's gonna return something to hand. Probably the Toad. Forces us to use our Toad effect now. And then the Chaying is gonna activate. Yeah, there wasn't much we could do. Looks like our win streak is at an end. And it's all because of Pot of Duality. Oh my god, don't make this mistake. I was taking out the, from yesterday's video we did, salvage. And I took out the salvage and want to put Pot of Avarice back in. Alright. Well, we can special summon Lapis Dragon because it adds itself to hand to get special summons itself. Yeah, but that's not like great. It may stop us from dying, so we'll try it. So we don't have enough bodies on board to not die right now. Opponent gonna banish our back row. Opponent not scared of our back row. Maybe they know it's a Pot of Duality. Oh, he did it. He banished the pot. Alright, if we live this turn, it's because of Pot of Duality. Opponent can spin into Baxia though. So Baxia can just get rid of our whole field and then we're dead. See if our opponent knows how to play Sword Soul. Looks like our opponent knows what they're doing. Goddamn you, Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality definitely lost us this game. Oh, opponent making a Draco Berserker. Opponent, is this lethal? Oh, it can make a second attack. Rip. Rip our life points. Alright, win streak over. We lost to Sword Soul, but it was because of a horrible deck building error where this Pot of Duality should have been a Pot of Avarice. Alright, well, lesson learned. Make sure your deck has the correct cards. Let's go on to the deck list. Alright, here's the deck list. Here's the Pot of Duality, which should be a Pot of Avarice. Big mistake. Gotta make sure you got the right pots. There's so many pots. We want target 5 monsters, shuffle them in the deck, draw 2 cards. We do not want excavate 3 cards, add 1 to your hand, but you can't special summon. Alright, other than that one mistake, which cost us our win streak, let's take a look at the deck list here. We got the Frog Engine, we got all the Prince, we got the Divas, we got Mecha Phantom Beast, we got Gen X Undyne, so we can keep doing Hulk combo until Konami decides that it's not cool anymore. We got 2 copies of Deep Sea Minstrel. There's a reason that there's 2. It's so we can make a level 10 synchro using Abyss Megalo and a Deep Sea Minstrel, which we can special summon with Hulk Fibrax. Looking at the extra deck, or looking at the rest of the deck here, we got the traps, we got some interaction for our opponent, and in the extra deck we got Thunder Dragon, we got Tatsunoko, we got a bunch of synchros, we got the beautiful, totally awesome Bahamut Shark, Abyss Lacia did work in that first game, Crystron Hulk Fibrax, Marincess Coral, and the Mecha Phantom Beast Aurordon. Alright, hope you liked this video, watching us get win streak all the way up to 10 wins in a row. See you next time. Have a good night.